What up, dudes? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to teach you now how to get easy Fortnite wins in Season 8 if you're a bad player. So Carter and I, we've been doing a lot of different strats over the year that we've been playing together, and this one is probably one of the easiest ones. Season 8, they released hamster balls. They spawn all over the map where the planes used to spawn, and they have 300 damage. We're going to land Volcano because Volcano has a lot of floor loot. It's got quite a lot of chest spawns, and it's easy to evacuate, so if we get in trouble we just go in the air vent and leave. And then we want to go there to get balls, and if there's none there we go there for balls. Now if you're a bad player you want to go as far from the bus usually as possible to kind of guarantee that no one's going to be around when you land. But because of the air vent, the volcano thing, we're going to be safe no matter what. It doesn't matter who lands here. There's a guy here with us, one dude.
Alright.
He doesn't know how to enter the volcano, so I'm just going to get the floor loot before he does.
Yeah, I'm coming down now.
I got the loot.
Nice.
I'm taking all the guns just in case he tries to get something.
Yeah.
He didn't get anything. Oh, he didn't even enter, never mind. Wins.
Yeah.
You want to avoid fighting until the very end because every person's going to try and chip your damage down. And if you don't have enough heals to get back up, then you're going to go into the last fight without any health. So it's better just, if you're not a confident player, then you just want to avoid all fights until the very end. And that's why we're going to get these balls, because the balls have 300 damage, so you can get hit 300 times and be fine. I mean, you can take 300 damage and be fine. Usually nobody comes down here, and there's usually always balls here too. It's a good spot. It's my new favorite spot, I think.
It is, yeah.
What you want to do also is, when you've got the balls, farm max metal, max brick, max wood, like farm basically all materials, so that at the end you can use them to box up, kind of turtle up with your ball. You only need to do that if there's no existing structures in the zone. So yeah, anyway, little tip, these fence balls are worth like 24 each sometimes. And yeah, you can get max metal so quickly. A little tip to use with the balls, if you don't know how to use them yet, is grapple to the highest point that you can reach, and then as you swing, let go halfway through the swing, and then press A, you'll get the extra boost. What you want to do is to stay alive, you want to follow the zone around the edge of it. You can move really fast with these balls, so you don't have to worry about taking any storm damage. So this game didn't work. We actually died at the end, and we had to shoot it again, but I didn't want to do the whole intro again, so on to the next game! Okay, so what's the move here? We have to go to that mountain over there, I think.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Justin as well, so that's good.
Yeah. No one's on top of the castle. We're actually in right here, dude. We don't have to go anywhere.
Cool,
No,
up there.
I want to take the hill.
Oh no, they fell off. Oh, there's balls up here with us.
I know. We need a box in, ready?
What's your thing then?
Box. We need to go hide in this.
Alright.
Where's the ball?
They're down at the bottom, the
Yeah,
balls
balls
are at the
safe.
bottom. Yeah.
Alright, we're trying this again. Last game, my ball disappeared again. We're trying it again. We're trying to demonstrate how to do this. We're trying to teach people how to win and we can't even win.
I know.
Someone said something.
Yeah.
We need to edit this so we can get up, dude. This is like a maze already. We need to like fix it so we can actually see and do what we're trying to do. It's hard to like bump without breaking everything. Okay, don't move. We're fine.
We gotta go for the zone.
I know. They're trying to break it.
Yeah.
Trying to break the way in. Just wash the health of everything. Did I break it?
Yeah, this wall here is about to break.
Break out.
There we go.
Okay,
Oh.
go. Go to next zone. Right here's gonna do. He's fine. He's fine.
Yep.
I lost my ball. Can you get it for me?
Oh no, I didn't save it. I didn't
Find
save it.
it.
I didn't save it. No, 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 no.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Just get in.
Oh. I screwed that up so bad.
We're being blasted by rockets right now. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Get in. This bottom's not boxed. They're being attacked by the other team. Okay, we need to rotate to the left, so... Save your mats for now. There's one ball here, is this your ball?
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay, last guys are down here. We can probably kill them by rotating. Ready? He's coming in. I'm launching. If I can stop lagging for a second. I'm on top of the hill, Carter.
I can't. I'm using the. I had to. Yeah. Nice.
Is that a 0 kill
I
game?
was gonna say-
We just got a 0 kill game!
Yeah.
We did it! We just got a 0 kill game. Yes! Yes!
Nice. I had to victim, man.
Damage taken 469. I killed myself 3 times that game. You guys didn't see that because I wasn't
130.
recording it, but I killed myself 3
Wow.
times. We just... Yes, let's do it! 0 kill game!
Sweet. That's how you get a 0 kill game, ladies and gentlemen.
That's how you get a 0 kill game. So there you go, if you're a bad player in Fortnite, this is how you do it. You just get in a ball, box up at the end, and then hope everyone dies. What happened to that guy? Can we watch that back in
I don't
replay
know.
and figure out what just happened?
Yeah, because he lasered me. He literally, I was trying to get away.
Yeah.
He lasered me.
I started
then I
lagging,
rifted.
dude. I couldn't do anything. Yeah.
As I rifted, he died. He got caught in the zone. It said.
Because he was in the storm for a while. I was shooting him while he was in the storm. Dude, let's go. We got it. We got the recording. Even those 2 balls, where did they go? They were attacking us and they just disappeared.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, let's watch that back in replay and try and figure that out. Let's watch this. So this is me and
Yeah,
Carl
he's on,
rolling
like-
around.
Yeah, yeah.
No, these are
he
the
was
enemy
on like.
balls, aren't they? These aren't us. Because we're still inside. You're on the outside right now. I'm still in there fixing it. Our base is excellent, by the way. No one else even had a base.
Yeah.
So I can understand why no one attacked us. So this is how you scare people off. You just build a base like this on the last circle. Okay, while you're building up, these 2 balls here are attacking me. So what happens to them? That's what I want to know. Oh, John Wick shot the ball. So they both attacked it. What happened over here? Oh, one guy's down. Oh, this guy just rocketed himself. And then I start shooting this guy
Yeah.
who's building. It's weird, it looks like I'm shooting myself. He launch padded up. I missed him out of the sky. He landed on our build. I want to know what happened.
This guy
Reloading
keeps
his rocket.
throwing
He's not paying
himself.
attention to storm though, that's the thing.
No, no, that's what it is.
He
That's
just
what
died to
it
storm.
was.
That was such a funny win, dude. We didn't have to do anything. So there you go. That's how easy it is to win Season 8 Fortnite. Easy peasy. Alright, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. We're going to be uploading pretty much every day. If you're an old subscriber, all the vlogging stuff is going to be on the main channel now, so click the link in the description to check that out. It's going to say merch in the description. Yeah, if you want to play with either me or Carter, just send me a message and we'll try and fit you in. If there's any other challenges or anything you want to learn about Fortnite that we can teach you, then leave it down below and we'll work on it. Next video on the channel is going to be hiding spots for when you want to go AFK. So if you have to take a dump in the middle of a game, we're going to show you all the spots around the map that you can do that. So yeah, subscribe to see that. So we tried this out in squads to see if we could do it in squads, and we had our friends Nasho and Kanye help us out, and this is what happened. It's alright. This hut right here, Nash, let's just go inside it.
Where'd my
It's
ball
alright.
go? Where'd my ball go? Oh,
Get in, boys.
we're pressing. No.
Wait, whose ball is this? Hang on, we're missing a ball. What the heck happened?
Get out of mine. Out of mine. Difficult.
Stay safe, don't worry about it.
Jason's like a
Wait,
baby
that's forever,
soothing
we're
his
fine.
child. Not a baby, what the heck?
I'm babysitting my balls.
Stop
Stop
grappling,
grappling, that's
guy.
so
Hey,
loud.
look, stop.
Stop.
Stop moving.
Okay, Okay, go, 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 go. Break out, break out, break out. Oh no, Mike. Break out, break out, break out.
For 2080s, white is really.
Got him.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It took that long to kill that one dude.
None of us wanted to directly rush him.
Well, there you go. That's how you get a win when you're a noob in Fortnite. Easy.
Hey YouTube, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be going over how to survive fights against sweats and tryhard players. This topic is more important now than ever, because if you've played Fortnite over the last few months, you've probably realized how skilled the player base has become. We are long past the days where you can drop 10 kills without having to build, and odds are when you see somebody, they will probably know how to build and edit well. So today, I'm going to do my best to give you all some tips to help you win fights against players that may be more mechanically skilled than you. I'll be breaking this video up into a few separate general tips, and I'll have timestamps in the description of the video that keep track of those if you want to jump between different parts of the video. Okay, without any more wait, let's talk about how to deal with tryhards in Season 8. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about applies to Fortnite in general, but it is especially important when you're going up against someone that is clearly skilled, and that is, you need to know how to pick your fights. Now this tip can be broken down in many different ways, but first and foremost, you can't be taking fights against sweats if you don't have the gear to take them on. When you run into these good players, and maybe you see them from a distance and you can clearly tell they know how to play the game, you have to realize that they probably already have good gear. They've been fighting people from the start, and would love to take a fight against someone who isn't as stacked. So what you don't want to do is run at them and initiate a fight when you don't have much to fight with. This is especially important in the early game, and I find it is one of the reasons I die the most. Because when I see these good players, I instantly think that I have to rush them and throw everything I can at them. But the reality is, you should be patient and play it smart. We already established that if you two are on an equal playing field, they will more often than not come out on top. So you really want to wait for the right time to take the fight that's going to benefit you. For example, if you see them fighting off another player, position yourself to come clean up afterward. If you see them in the open, line up a shot before you initiate the fight to give yourself a little edge. And even sometimes if you see them, know that you don't have to take that fight. If someone is better than you and you know they will kill you if you take the fight, don't run your head into that brick wall by going in and attacking them anyways, because that's not going to do you any good. In general, since you know these players will beat you mechanically, you have to be better than them with your positioning and smart decision making. Okay, so let's say the fight was unavoidable, and even with your good decision making, they force the fight to you, and you have to respond. Let's talk about what your game plan should be like going into fights against skilled players. Everybody has different levels of skill in each aspect of Fortnite, so first you need to figure out what your strengths and weaknesses are. From there, your game plan should revolve around playing to your strengths and avoiding your weaknesses. For example, if one of your strengths is building and a weakness is shotgun aim, you should play for the high ground and wait for them to make a mistake. If you know your strengths is edits, but one of your weakness is building, play for the low ground and try to get close to your opponents so that way you can take advantage of that editing strength. Whatever your strengths are, you are going to have to rely on those in these fights. Trying to outcompete a good player in an area you know you aren't skilled at is just going to end in an easy kill for the other player. So try to simplify the game for yourself by focusing in on your strength and use that to gain the advantage. Continuing off that last idea, once you know your strengths and are in the process of trying to make the fight play out in your way, you're going to want to simplify the fight so that the sweat's mechanical skill isn't as much of a factor. What I mean by this is almost all the time, what a good player wants you to do is try to build up at them and expose yourself in the process. Instead of giving them control of the fight, what I think is a really effective strategy is make them come to you. Instead of running at them and trying to break into their 1x1 or trying to force your way to the high ground if they clearly have control, maybe turtle up or try to drop down from the build. You have to realize that they want you to go up to them. They want you to try to do too much and get outplayed. So instead, maybe shoot down the build or drop down and force them to come to you. If they are the one bringing the fight to you, they have a better chance at making the mistake and allowing you to get a quick shot in. A lot of the time, if you are patient, what these good players are going to do is try to outplay you with a bunch of different building strategies, but if you kind of dumb it down, you can remove their ability to do all that. One example of this that sticks out in my head is a lot of really good players will try to jump around your builds and shoot you midair when they're pushing you. But what you can do is just hold your low ground, crouch, and trade shots with them whenever they jump out to try to shoot you. Because what is going to happen is your gun spread will be much more accurate because you won't be moving while you're taking your shots, and you'll actually damage them for more than they damage you. This is just one example of not playing into your opponent's strengths, but what you can also do to beat these kinds of players is use unpopular items to try to mess with their plans. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of that is using explosives to counter their builds, so maybe using dynamite or clingers to try to break down their builds and catch them off guard. Sometimes that'll work. You could also try to use snipers to shoot them while they're not expecting it before these fights take place. In general, using unpopular items is a valid strategy to take on these skilled players. One other quick tip about countering strong players is that they often have very fast building techniques, so they tend to build high and narrow. Instead of trying to keep up with this, you should always remember that you can drop down and break the foundations of their structure to kill them with fall damage. In general, when you are fighting sweats, you can't rely on your mechanical skill to outmatch theirs. Instead, you have to gain the edge by taking the right fights and playing to your strengths. Instead of trying to beat them at their own game, simplify the fight by maybe turtling up and making them bring the fight to you, or by destroying their builds instead of contesting the high ground. Whatever your game plan is, know that in these fights, your smart decision making is what is going to win or lose you the fight. So take it easy and play the fight out in a way where you can keep up with them. At the end of the day, if they are just that good, you might want to avoid the fight and look for another opportunity later. Alright, that is going to wrap things up for this video. Please do let me know if any of these tips helped you, or if there's something that I didn't mention which helps you take on these types of players. As always, if you did find this video helpful, please do leave a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you want to go above and beyond to help me out, you can enter my supporter creator code, SpookLuke, in the Fortnite shop. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.